Hi guys, so Malcolm here with a new league racing video. So I'm in the AmPro League today in America. So one shot qualifier, as you can see here, because after we had a 15-minute qualifying, which I qualified P4 with a 1 minute 40.6, we all not all of us, but four of us, I believe, disconnected off the line when we started the race, so we had to restart it there. And as you can see, I'm 9 tenths down in the first sector because I do run wide in the S's, and I have to slow down in order for the game not to give me a corner cut penalty. And starting from the back would be a nightmare this race because it's one of my strongest circuits, and I do want to be going for the win today. After yesterday's catastrophe, I do want to try and win this race. But as you can see, the likes of Miguel and Womax and F1 Alonso and Forza K, who I did out-qualify in the 15-minute qualifying session, but they were just too quick in this session. So yeah, I do end up in P5. And actually, I was closer to likes of Ben and Solidarity and others behind, so that was a little bit disappointing. But I knew P5 on the grid, still an okay position, and I can definitely gain some positions at the start, hopefully. And yeah, I put up some of the qualifying results, so you could see as I crossed the line here, I do a 1 minute 42.0, so not a great lap, 1.4 seconds off what I did in the original qualifying session. So on the grid here, hoping for a good start, and as the lights go out, the cars ahead, Forza K and Womax, are lagging, and yeah, I have to play it safe at this point because the last thing I want to do is be turned around the wrong way in turn 1 and have everyone go past me. And yeah, at this point I was just hoping to finish the race really. After having seen all the cars go lagging in turn 1, I get flashbacks to Australia where I disconnected shortly, so my hopes were not good finishing this race. But here, around this corner, Plam sticks his nose in and a beautiful overtake. I just do not anticipate him. Some really good racing in lap 1. And he does a switchback move on me, and that was excellently executed by him. Great overtake, really. And as you can see, I leave the door open going to this hairpin, and someone sticks his nose in, but I do retain P6 going down the straight. It's Ben who's made a great start. He actually started from the back, not P6 or 7 like I would have imagined, and he dives it down the inside, but he goes too deep. I do the switchback move, and I am back into P6, but with it all to do, wanting to finish on the podium, but it's not working out at the moment. But here, lap 2, down that long back straight, and I dive it on the inside of Plam. He leaves enough space, thankfully, and goes a little wide and a little bit aggressive here. I do want to dive it there. He shuts the door, and still I'm following him closely behind, and I dive it down the inside. A really nice, beautiful overtake. I was really proud of that. I get a good exit in that corner, and I have the inside for the next. So really nicely done. I'm really happy with that overtake. So going to lap 3, you can see the gap from me to Forza K is 3 seconds, and lap 7 I've only gained 4 tenths to him in 4 laps. So I know our paces are quite even, and as you can see at the end of the sector 2 split, I lose a bit of time to him, so I know this is the right time to come into the pits and do an undercut. I presume everyone's on the 2 stop as I pit in for hard tyres, and I come out in free air, so plenty of clean air for me to push and try and get some time on Forza K. But as you can see, Forza K, the gap is 3.1 seconds still at the end of lap 14 as he makes his pit stop. And I find out it is his only pit stop. He's one of the few guys, him, Ben, Plam, and Womax, who go on a 1-stop strategy. I believe the rest of us are on a 2-stop strategy. So yeah, I knew at this moment in time, yeah, the strategy that I'm doing is probably not going to work out. So yeah, as the gap is still 3 seconds, I need to be getting a move on. I need to make a pit stop to Forza K, and at the end of lap 20, The gap is 3.5 seconds. We're so evenly matched. It's so frustrating. I can't gain any time on him. It's stuck between the 4 second window. So I do pit, come out behind Ben on lap 21 on fresh set of options, pushing till the end now. And yeah, so another wrong strategy error, but this time it didn't really cost me much time because I had to do something different to S-Force. Okay, our paces were so similar that I thought maybe doing a different strategy, an undercut would have worked. And as you can see, the gap to Ben is 6.5 seconds, but in 3 laps time, I make up that gap, and going into the back straight, I get a bad exit because Ben is going really slowly in that hairpin and I have to avoid him. So having DRS open now, and I believe I'm going to dive it down the inside of this corner. Thankfully Ben leaves enough space for a car width space. A bit of an audacious and unexpected attempt there, but I am a lot closer as a result of forcing Ben into leaving space, and I make the same move as I did with Plam on lap 2 on Ben, and I get a better exit. I've got better tyres, and again, I really like that corner to make an overtake. Lap 25 now, as you can see, the gap from S-Forza K and me is 18.9 seconds. I'm not going to close that gap in 4 laps. So, in fact, at the end of that hairpin, I decided to let Ben pass because I really do want to race with him, and I'm quite bored at this point of the race. So I do want to have a bit of wheel-to-wheel racing with Ben, who I don't really race with that much in the other league that I race in. So it'd be quite nice to get some good racing in because I'm not going to catch for S-Forza K in front, and Plam is too far behind. So I dive it down the inside on lap 26, and Ben comes back at me. We're side by side going to the S's section, and I do back off, otherwise there's going to be a crash because 2 into 1 does not go in that corner. And going to the back straight now, I've got DRS open, and again, I'm going to dive it down the inside, but I go way too deep, trying to test the limits of my increasingly worn option tires now, but yeah, way too deep, and Ben regains that P5. So good battle brewing here. And lap 27, the pit straight now, putting to lean for some reason, but I dive it down the inside, but Ben goes around the outside, the ideal racing line. Really, my speed is compromised as a result of having to leave him space. Lap 27, later on in that lap, I do get a better exit this time, going to that back straight with DRS open. This slipstream, and I go towards the inside, a massive overspeed. I do leave a car's width, learning from my mistake perhaps yesterday, but the move is done. I'm into P5 now, and the gap is still, actually, despite all that battling with Ben, the gap to S-Forza K has only increased by a second. So yeah, at this point, I kind of want to do a last lap overtake, so I let Ben pass again. He must be getting pretty confused at this point. What is going on? Why is Malcolm letting me pass twice already? And lap 28, I tried to go for a move. I've got a better speed, and unfortunately we do collide, but I do get past him and finish P5 in the end. So a lively race at the end, really enjoyed it. Now, if I had been pushing and sweating out, I believe I'd probably finish a minimum of 10 seconds behind S-Forza K, which would definitely not be enough to finish P4 after Miguel had a 20-second time penalty.